Hi there, this is Joe from SquareXO, and this is SquareXO episode 85. Today I'm joined by Nick.
Hello.
And Lloyd.
Hello.
No Rebecca, but hopefully she'll be back next week. Okay, so before we start, don't forget to follow us at squarexo.co.uk, where you can check out over 100 reviews since the 1st of September. Yes, there's lots of them. Also, we're on twitter.com/square_xo, and you can back us at patreon.com/squarexo. Even if you back us at $1 a month, it all helps, and it could really help grow the site really quickly, actually. So if you can, do that, but no pressure. Don't forget, we're on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, and also on youtube.com/JohnsonWater. You can have a listen there too. We're also on Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, if you leave us a review and a like, rating, whatever it is, share it so that people can find us. That'd be brilliant. Okay, so that's all the pleasantries out the way. So now we can go on with gaming news. Yay! Okay, right. It turns out that Bethesda did make Fallout 76 canvas bags after all, but they gave them to influencers. Did you see this story?
Oh, dear Lord.
No, I missed that.
Well, basically, they'd done the collector's edition and they sort of advertised it with the big helmet and a canvas bag to keep it in.
Yeah, I saw they'd misadvertised it, but I didn't realise they'd actually made some and given them to
Yeah, they weren't those exact bags. They were different bags that served a different purpose, but just the fact that they were Fallout 76 canvas bags, I thought was quite amusing.
Yeah, so I really do feel for the people that plucked up the however much it was for the special edition, and now are left with a game that barely works and only half the collector's edition that they paid for. It's just. And I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing just absolute disbelief. I just can't believe how poorly it's been handled. And then there was the social media thing from Bethesda where it was something along the lines of, the bags were too expensive to make, so we've made these ones instead. And then it was just literally like there was just one sentence where it was like, we're not planning to do anything about it. And it was like, oh, okay, then that's that then.
Yeah, I mean,
it keeps going.
Yeah, they did try and refund people a whopping £5 of in-game credit, didn't they?
Yeah, which from what I understand is a really, really small amount in the game. And the irony is that with that, because it's 500 atoms or whatever they're called, I think. Yeah. And if you have 700 atoms, you can buy the postman outfit that comes with the in-game canvas bag. So you can't even, they don't even give you enough money to buy the in-game version of the bag. So yeah, I can't quite believe Bethesda's been so sort of tone deaf. Really, it's. From the sounds of things, the game was struggling enough as is without this extra negativity, and I wonder where it's going to end. It's like the Battlefront 2 scenario last year. It was just constantly every week that went by there was another story about it, and hopefully they can fix it and they can make those people happier and fix the game or the game's issues that there are, and bring it back. But it sounds like they've got a bit of a struggle ahead of them to do that.
Yeah, really bizarre. Yeah. Campo Santo's Firewatch is coming to Nintendo Switch later this month. I've still to play that game, actually. Firewatch.
Yeah, same here.
So, I don't know whether I would want to play it on Switch, mind you. Because it seems quite a visually pleasing game, so it seems more like one I'd probably want to play on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but it's got quite a sort of unique art style, I suppose, so it might actually look quite nice on the go, I suppose, because it's not like a realism art style. Like, he's got sort of the slightly cartoony sort of hands of the protagonist and that kind of thing. So it might be something that actually fits all right on the Switch. Yeah. You tend to find that it's when games go for a more realistic look. I mean, I put up a review for Ark today on Switch, and that was a struggle to get through. That was so poorly optimized for the Switch. But with something like Firewatch, where it's more stylized, I think that's probably not only that, but I think it will make it a more timeless game as well, so it won't feel like it's a couple of years old now. So yeah, I think it keeps it a bit fresher.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. I think I still rather have it on PlayStation. I think when I eventually get round to playing it,
it's just so much in there.
If I eventually get round to playing it, if I can be bothered, but if I do, PlayStation. Hey, that side is. Oh no, I'll come back to that in a minute.
That's going to be a good one.
No, not that one either. No, it's just these are all kind of relating to the charts, so I'll come back to them when I talk about charts. Rocksteady isn't developing Superman and won't be announcing anything at the Game Awards. Now, Rocksteady's been working on a game for ages, but nobody seems to know what it is. But
No.
and we won't be finding out anytime soon. But it's the things either.
It's my most anticipated game, and I don't know what it is yet, just because I love the Arkham trilogy so much. And so I can't wait to see. I was hoping it was a Superman game actually, so I'm a little bit disappointed with that. But hopefully, it's like something else in that universe.
I get the feeling it's going to be like a Justice League.
Yeah, I wondered that as well, or Batman Beyond, something cool like that.
I don't think
Be
it'll be
something
another
really
Batman
weird.
game, but I just think it might be like a Justice League or something for the DC. But I don't really
My
know.
money's on Aquaman.
Yeah, that's a good shout actually in Aquaman.
Or maybe it's Harry Potter.
I think the
Possibly.
Harry Potter one is in development elsewhere. I haven't heard that confirmed off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Jason Schreier from Kotaku reported that. So I think that one is being developed somewhere else, not Rocksteady, which is strange because Rocksteady's British studio, Harry Potter British franchise. So, felt like it could have worked, but apparently not.
Yeah,
Niantic, the guys behind Pokemon Go, are working on a Harry Potter AR game, so more
I
on that
believe
in
it's out.
2019.
Oh, is it next year? I know they did release one for iPhone and iOS and Android, but I thought that was the AR one. But I'd probably play that actually. I've had a hankering to watch the Harry Potter films again.
We'll see. Okay, Don't Nod says Life Strange is 2. Didn't speak right there. Don't Nod says Life is Strange 2's second episode will arrive in July, but there'll be more information this month about that. I'm quite looking forward to that because I quite enjoyed the first episode of Life is Strange 2. It was a bit different, full of drama and stuff. It was quite good, really. So
It's quite a big gap between episodes, isn't it?
yeah, there generally is.
I thought it was more like a Telltale sort of structure where it was sort of maybe a month or two.
Nah,
That seems like a very long gap.
Theirs has bigger gaps. Don't know why, but it's just the way it's the way it was with the other ones as well. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. Should be good. Guacamelee 2 is dated for Switch, out in Xbox One next year. It's coming in December. I think is it this week? I just gave Lloyd a code to review it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm reviewing it, so I think I reckon it must be this week.
10th of December.
Nice.
Oh, 10th of December, so a few days after Smash.
So I reviewed that one on the PS4 when it first came out, Guacamelee 2. So it'll be interesting to see what you make of it, Lloyd. I loved it.
I quite like the first one, but I don't think I actually finished it. So I think I might go back and try and finish that one, then go back to Guacamelee, and then go back to Guacamelee 2. But, looking forward to that one.
Okay, what else we got here? PlayStation's December PS Plus games include Soma and Onrush, which is quite interesting. Onrush is actually a really good game. We talked about that before, didn't we, Lloyd?
Yeah, we did a review chat on that, and it just dropped in. What was it, June, I think? Yeah. And because we both really enjoyed it, didn't we? We both said that it was had a lot of potential, and then it just seems to have had price cut after price cut, and now it's free before the end of the release year. It's obviously underperformed.
Yeah, it did bomb, but it's a really good game, especially for
it's a shame because it is so much fun. It's it is a really, really good sort of. It's not even a racer, is it? It's like a car combat kind of thing. But
and I think it's evolved quite a bit since then as well, with new modes and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's got a few patches that come up on, when you get the notification, this has been patched, and that I feel like Onrush has actually got a handful of patches, so I might actually jump in and check it out again.
I know they've added a lot more modes. There's a lot more game modes and stuff. So
which was I think because you reviewed it, didn't you? And I had we did a review chat about it, and that was one of my issues with it, was that there was sort of a bit of a dearth of modes, but if that's fixed it, that's the joy of games these days, is you can just keep adding to them even when they're out, I suppose.
What about Soma? What is that? I don't even know what that is, Soma.
I believe it's a horror game. I could be wrong though. I think it's in the vein of sort of like an Outlast kind of thing, but don't quote me on that. But I think that's Nick might correct me on that. I don't know if Nick's played it at all, but
no, I haven't at all.
No, it just says here that it's Frictional Soma, which released 2015, was to be a significant departure from studio's previous heavily H.P. Lovecraft inspired games.
Oh yeah, it's just a quick Google, science fiction survival horror. So, and he's played from first person perspective. So yeah, that was I was right.
There you go.
There you go then.
Makes a change.
And Xbox is getting BioWare's Dragon Age 2, Mercenaries, which are both Xbox 360 games playable on Xbox One. And also,
Mercenaries was actually an original Xbox game. It's the first time they've done an original one on the Games of Gold, which is quite interesting.
And they've also got Cube 2 and Never Alone. Cube 2 I've seen a few times in various places, but I don't think I've actually played it. Never Alone, I'm not sure if I've played that or not.
Yeah, I remember playing Mercenaries a lot on the original Xbox, and was a big fan of that game. It's basically GTA in a war zone, and well worth playing. But if you've got a PlayStation, please play on Rush. It's so good.
You may as well give it a go, yeah. Okay, charts then. Okay, so Darksiders 3 UK's physical sales were around a quarter of the box sales earned by this year's Farming Simulator. So that's pretty bad. I feel pretty depressed about that because it's, like I said last week, it's actually a pretty decent game. It's just got quite a few issues, which once they're patched, it'll be an excellent game. But it's just a shame about the issues it's got. But honestly, it's so good. I'd recommend it to anyone. It is an excellent game.
Do you reckon we're getting Darksiders 4 ever now then?
I hope so, because Darksiders 3 is excellent. So I really hope so. Plus the ending kind of sets up for Darksiders 4. So you never know. So
fingers crossed then.
Hope so. I really hope so, because it is a great game. I highly recommend everyone plays it. Just maybe after it's been patched. Combined sales of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee have now outsold lifetime sales of Splatoon 2.
Cool.
What else we got here? Where's the list of charts? I swear there was something else. No, just the charts then. FIFA is number 1. Red Dead Redemption's number 2. I think that's mainly because FIFA was in a lot of promotions over Black Friday.
Yeah, definitely. It was constantly advertised on TV as well.
Yeah. Call of Duty's number 3, Battlefield number 4, Forza number 5, Spyro number 6, Pokemon number 7, Assassin's Creed number 8, Mario Kart number 9, and Fortnite Deep Freeze Bundles number 10. Number 11.
Pretty impressive considering that's a free game.
Yeah. Although you can buy it, can you?
Yeah.
Fallout's number 11, Shadow of Tomb Raider's number 12. Shadow of Tomb Raider's heavily discounted now. You can get that for $24.99, which is just crazy.
And it looks a good game as well.
I know, I keep hearing people saying it's really good, but it's down to $24.99 already. You got 2 months after release or something.
How long until Fallout's joining it there in the bargain bin?
Yeah.
I think it already has. It's already been quite significantly discounted. I think I've seen it for £30, I think, in a few places now. And I think it's only going to get worse.
How much cheaper can Shadow of Tomb Raider get? Because I'm probably going to pick that up, because that's my sort of game with story and the action. I'll probably pick it up at some point. I was going to
grab it on, because I've got the first 2 on the Xbox, and I was going to grab it in the Black Friday sale, but then it occurred to me I've not actually finished Rise of the Tomb Raider yet. So I figured I'd get that, and then I don't know, I can see it doing an onrush and being a Games of Gold or a PlayStation Plus game in the next sort of 6 months.
I might just leave it, because to be honest, did I finish Rise of Tomb Raider? I was very close if I didn't. I think I'm right at the end of it, right at the very end. I think I've maybe got about an hour to go or something, and for some reason I just never went back to it. But I don't think I quite finished it. I think I was right close, so. But yeah, so I must get back to it. Spider-Man's still in there. That's number 16. What else? What's interesting? Astrobot's down at number 26. Farm Simulator, which we talked about, is number 28. And Darksiders debuts at number 32.
Blimey.
Which is really low. Didn't expect it to be that low. I mean, considering it is a pretty good game, so it's a shame that it's so low.
Off the top of your head,
first 2 sold fairly well, didn't they?
Yeah,
I mean, I assume they did if they got a greenlit sequel and then obviously another sort of sequel.
I'm just getting a bit worried about THQ Nordic now. I mean, one of the games they were meant to release this month, Wreckfest for PS4 and Xbox One, that looks really good. I mean, I played a bit on PC and it's excellent. It's the new Destruction Derby, basically. But I just get worried that the games they're releasing are just going to all flop and they're just going to end up the same way as the old THQ.
Yeah, I think I heard a statistic that they've got about 35 games in development.
50?
And there's a significant portion. Oh, that was it, yeah. And I think 35 of them are unannounced at present, which is just insane. I mean, I don't know any publisher that has an output like that.
Yeah.
Even teams like Ubisoft and EA, you know, you've got the sports games, you've got Battlefield, you've got whatever they're doing with Star Wars. But I don't think they've got 50 in development. That's just insane, isn't it? It just seems like
that was half of Telltale's problem, wasn't it? They had too many stuff on the go at one time.
I just hope that they've made their money back for Darksiders, so then at least they might make another one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean to Nick's point there. I mean, Telltale took on every licensed property they possibly could, and they saw diminishing returns. I mean, how much of THQ paid out for a lot of these IP that they're admittedly not premier sort of tier IP, but things like Time Splitters and that do have a cachet behind them. And then to sort of be like, well, you know, we're going to do say it's a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. I hope not, because I love Time Splitters. And it doesn't sell, and it does a Darksiders free. Do they then go, okay, well, we don't need that. We can't sustain that IP because that didn't sell well enough. And then, as you said, Joe, they start selling off their IP THQ style. It's I can't work out what their business plan is, but I'd love to sort of hear what their intention is, because they just seem to be bringing so many things back. But I think Darksiders is the first real sort of big release they've had since they became THQ Nordic and picked them all up, I think.
I mean, what's their biggest release? Metro? Is that going to be their biggest?
Is that a THQ Nordic as well then?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, okay. I didn't realise that.
I think it is. Either that or it's Deep Silver. I'm not sure.
I think it's Deep Silver.
Deep Silver.
But I'm not sure if Deep Silver and THQ are linked somehow. Don't know why I think that. I think Deep Silver might have taken some of the IP from the original THQ, and I think that's probably what you're thinking of there. I could be wrong though, but
Metro was original THQ. Then for the Metro,
oh no, wait
2,
there.
That was
THQ.
Silver.
THQ announced in February 14, 2018 that it had acquired Koch Media, which is the parent company of video games publisher Deep Silver. So THQ owns Deep Silver.
Yes.
I knew there was a link.
That means they've got Saints Row and that as well.
Yeah, so they've got Saints Row, Homefront, Dead Island, and Metro as well. So when you think about that, they're a pretty big publisher, aren't they? When you think that they own... Because I thought there was some sort of link, and I couldn't quite figure out what my head... I thought it was maybe the other way around, that Deep Silver had owned THQ, but no, it's that way now. THQ actually own Deep Silver. So, yeah, so they do have Metro. So obviously that's probably their biggest game, isn't it? Metro Exodus, is it called?
Yeah, that'll probably be their biggest next year.
That means they own Volition as well, who are the Saints Row developers.
Yeah. So obviously THQ had Saints Row to begin with, and now it's back at THQ in a way.
Yeah, it's so strange, isn't it?
And they own Metro to begin with, and now they've got it back again because they bought Deep Silver. So it's crazy, isn't it? So they went...
Wonder if they'll try and buy WWE back as well.
Because it was Nordic Games, but Nordic Games bought the THQ name and just changed their name to THQ Nordic. I always really liked THQ, so I'm kind of glad they're back. In a way, I'm happy.
Yeah, but it's that mid-tier, isn't it? It's that AA video game tier that we haven't had in a while. We used to get loads of them on PS2 and even PS3, but not so much this gen. So.
Yeah, because Darksiders is a great example of a AA game. It's just a really good game, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I've only heard good things about Darksiders as well. I couldn't get into it myself, but I've only heard good things about it, not just from yourself, obviously, Joe. You're obviously a massive fan of the franchise, but a few other people said they just gave it a go on a whim because it was a AA game, and they thought, oh, do you know what, we'll give it a go, and they really enjoyed it. So I wonder if there might be a few patches to sort of fix it. See if maybe over the holiday season people pick it up on a whim, and then sort of take stock of it in the new year and see if there is a potential for Darksiders 4 or a spin-off or whatever. But they've obviously put a lot of eggs in that basket. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's move on then to our topic this week, which is, funnily enough, games which we've been really hyped for that have let us down. I guess I'm not going to talk about Darksiders. It did let me down a bit, but I talked about that enough last week, so I'm not really bothered about that one. But one of mine, actually, outside of that game, which didn't really let me down, I still love it, but one of the games that did let me down, I'd say, is probably Battlefront 2. I was pretty hyped for that, because I really enjoyed the first one, so I did really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cracking game, and it was a shooter I was actually quite good at, because I don't really like shooters, but I was really enjoying that one. So when I played Battlefront 2, it just felt too, I don't know if the word's commercial or what, but it just felt too, I don't know the word I'm trying to think about. Maybe it's just complicated, or...
Yeah, there was a lot of, with the whole loot box thing, I think it got swept under the carpet how obtuse a lot of the systems were in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And there was different types of currency, and you can scrap certain things and use that to then get another thing. And all the unlocks felt like there weren't many sort of cosmetic ones. And I know what you mean, Joe. It was like you jumped in and someone killed you, and you looked and they had like their weapon was twice as powerful as yours.
Yeah, just
because they got lucky with the loot boxes.
It just wasn't very accessible in that way. So like, you just with the first game, you would just get your grenades, whatever, and you just jump in and play, and it was just fun. Whereas they took the fun away, really. And Battlefront 2, the fun got zapped out, yeah. And the maps, I didn't think the maps were as good either. The first game just felt really epic to me. And scale.
There was more variety in the maps, but I think you're right. I think although there was more variety, there was I think there were fewer maps in the first one, but they were better maps, definitely.
The only thing I'd say was better about it was the space combat, which was excellent, because obviously that was missing at first, really, from the first game and a little bit. So the space combat is excellent. I really love that. It's probably my favourite thing about the whole game, and I quite like the battles where you sort of. Wasn't there a battle? I've not played it for that long, I can't remember, but wasn't there a battle when you were in space at first and then you went down and started fighting on the ground?
Can't remember.
I've not played it for that long, but I quite enjoyed that aspect of it. But no, I'd say that is probably one of the games that's let me down big time. If it was certainly the first one that came to my head when I was thinking about games that let us down. Do you have any, Nick?
I only played the beta or the demo of Battlefront 2, and I was let down by that, so I never actually got around to picking up that game in the end.
No. Was there anything else, though, you can think of?
I can think of loads of games that I can complain that have let me down. If it's something like just graphically, Fallout 4 looks like a PS3 game, so when I got my hands on that, I was disappointed in the quality there. But the biggest letdown I've ever had has got to be Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age Origins.
Say that, actually.
Yeah, Dragon Age Origins is one of those games where it's just the sheer scale of how open world RPG this game was just amazing. I have spent more hours than I care to admit playing that. Platinum Trophy, the whole shebang. When I saw Dragon Age 2 was coming out, it's like, fantastic, we'll pre-order the special edition. We're going to just jump straight into this and have more of the same.
Get your canvas bag.
It is... Sorry?
Get your canvas bag.
Oh, aye. Something like that. Everything that I wanted in the game was no longer there. It was a different set of characters in a different part of the world. Instead of it being all open and just mind-blowingly huge. It was 3 or 4 maps that they orientated slightly differently. They closed off one entrance, they opened up another one, and it just felt more like a tokenism's the wrong word, but it was a Dragon Age game by name only. You could have given it a completely different name and went, oh, these weird zombie things, we'll call them Darkspawn because that's what they were in Dragon Age Origins, but you call them anything else, you wouldn't have known that it's Dragon Age. Which, when they overhaul a franchise that much, that badly, it doesn't really look like the original, and it didn't feel like the original. I went and played Inquisition afterwards. I couldn't finish it. It's not the same as Origins.
Yeah, I did quite like the Dragon Age games as well. But so Origins, I don't know if I don't really remember if I like that one or not. I remember playing it quite a lot, but Dragon Age it's a poor man's Elder Scrolls
Skyrim.
in it, really.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's so full of tropes. It sort of becomes a bit. But that said, I really liked Inquisition. I thought Inquisition was great. At the sort of fairly near the start of this generation, I think it was 2014 that one came out.
Yeah, I played that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quick breaking news. I've just spotted that THQ Nordic have just bought the Carmageddon IP.
Oh, fantastic.
Within the last half hour or so, that's been reported that I've just seen. So yeah, so just going back to what we were saying, they're just buying everything, it seems. So yeah,
they're buying up all the AA games basically.
They are. But disappointing games for me. It's quite a strange one actually. It's Destiny 2.
Okay.
Played Destiny a fair amount, more than a lot of people would have, given that game had a lot of problems. It did get better with updates and patches and expansions that cost an arm and a leg. By the end of it, it was this massive mess of a game that I just loved. It was just everything I wanted in a game: multiplayer, a loot grind, cool weapons, great art style, and all that kind of thing. And when Destiny 2 was announced, part of me was like, oh, well, a bit disappointed that we're going to do Destiny 2, but also thinking, well, they must have learned everything they needed to learn from the absolute mess that was Destiny 1 by the end of the first 3 years. And they didn't learn anything. So when Destiny 2 came out, it was dumbed down for the more casual player. The first 2 expansions, which were paid for, were somehow, I think, even worse than the first 2 expansions for Destiny 1. There was just controversy after controversy. And then just as with Destiny 1, a year after launch, they released a more expensive expansion that fixed the game and made it what it should have been, which is Forsaken. Which is, that's thanks to that expansion, I play Destiny 2 probably 5 nights a week now. Before that, I was preparing to uninstall it. So it's, it shows the work they've put in, but it's just the way they didn't learn from the prior mistakes. And the only other one I can think of for disappointing games, just a quick one, is a big fan of the Hitman games. Hitman Absolution was a bit of a strange one. The tone was all over the place, and one of the appeals of the Hitman franchise is the sandbox environments, and quite a few missions, not all of them, but quite a few missions stripped that out in Absolution and made it a lot more linear. So it really removed what was special about Hitman. But those are the 2 that I can think of off the top of my head anyway.
Just flipping it around, what is a game that really surprised you? Because one that really surprised me was Kingdoms of Amalur. Was it Kingdom Amalur? Am I thinking the right game?
Yeah, Reckoning. Yeah,
on the
PS3.
one it's not. No, it's not that then. What am I thinking of? The one that came out recently, that's a bit like Skyrim, and it's based in a sort of world of knights and stuff. It's not Kingdoms Amalur. What's it called? Oh, it just came out quite recently. It's like an open world game.
Kingdoms of Amalur has been bought by THQ Nordic as well.
Of course it has.
No, it's not that one. I'm getting that muddled up with the game I'm trying to think of. It's just a quite a recent game.
Is it the one where you're a knight? You just basically medieval knight simulator.
Yeah, and it's open world.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
See, you can see why I would get it muddled up, can't you? Because it's quite similar. That really surprised me, actually. Kingdom Come Deliverance, that was an excellent game. Really, really good.
I didn't play that.
Oh, it's so good. It's kind of like Skyrim. It's just big, mega open world, and you kind of can talk to about what you would do in Skyrim. Oh, it's really good. I need to go back and play more of that. But yeah, that's one that quite surprised me. Do you get any quickly that just surprised you? Just one?
Me or Lloyd?
Oh, you
go first, Nick. I'm trying to think.
If I was to pull one out of thin air, I would say probably Kingdom Hearts. The original Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 3? PlayStation 2? PlayStation 3?
2.
Whatever it was. I picked it up because it was, there's some Final Fantasy characters in here. I'm not the biggest Disney fan in the world, so we'll see if it's any good. And with the exception of the whole gummy ship malarkey, which was just straight up awful, the rest of the game was almost flawless, I would say. I mean, I've not played it in a long time, so this could be rose-tinted nostalgia talking, but that game is far, far better than I just was expecting. So when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, the Kingdom Hearts game is coming out on the PS4 at some point of 2019. 3, that's the one. When that one comes out, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts. Although I never played them and have recently been playing them. I think I mentioned it on a podcast a few months ago when we had Dan on. I haven't played it since then, but I'm sort of working my way through it slowly but surely. I think mine, my biggest surprise, I've tried to stick to this year, was Dragon Ball Fighters, Z or Dragon, whichever one that is. As only a fairly loose fan of Dragon Ball, I thought, okay, I'll give the fighting game a go. I enjoyed the Xenoverse games. And fell in love with it. It's just like an episode of the anime, but condensed from a story arc into an actual fight, rather than sort of 10 episodes of charging up. But it is just truly, truly excellent and a really beautiful game as well. So that was one that surprised me. I was fully expecting it to be sort of like I'll jump in, do a few fights, jump out again. But I picked it up on a whim and just fell in love with it. So yeah, that's probably my one.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Okay, right, let's move on then. Time to do the drop and see what's coming out soon. So, okay, right. There was no drop last week for some reason, so we've got it back again, excitingly enough.
I was going to say Thanksgiving, probably.
Arca's Path VR is the first one that's coming out. Trapped in the enchanting simulated world of Arca, it's up to you to find a path through the labyrinth and break free. With intuitive hands-free gameplay, Arca's Path is an atmospheric VR gaming experience. Good to see plenty of VR games coming out recently anyway. There's been absolutely tons, hasn't there? So it's certainly getting well supported. This one sounds a bit weird. Astrology and Horoscope Premium. 2019 Astrology and Horoscope Premium is the most luxury astrology, horoscope and numerology. Can't even say that one. Numerology application. Oh, I got it. Right. Learn your love horoscope and style. Get detailed daily prediction of tomorrow and yesterday based on biorhythms. That was a hard one to read.
I don't know if that really counts as a game.
No, it's a bit weird. Oh well. It's like horoscopes but on PlayStation. Atelier. There's like about 3 Atelier games. I'm not going to read out the description for all of them. Atelier, The Apprentice of Arland. Atelier, The Alchemist of Arland. And Atelier, The Adventurer of Arland. Don't know why there's 3 different ones. But
Interesting.
there we go. I'm not going to bother reading out the description. Can't board. Battle Princess Madeline. Battle Princess Madeline is a game that follows the journey of a young knight in training. Madeline and her ghost pet dog Fritzy. They set out on a journey to save her kingdom and her family from the clutches of an evil wizard. Pretty standard stuff then. Not a very exciting description, that one, is it? It's just a bit, this is what you go. That's it. Does
cool
what
name,
it
though.
says. Betty Bat's Treasure Hunt. Sounds good already. Play as Betty Bat as she travels the world collecting gems. Tired of living in caves, the bats of the world have gathered up enough gems to buy a castle. You must reach out your fellow bats and gather their gems before the birds have a chance to steal them. Sounds different. Emerald Shores on Vita. Emerald Shores is a challenging 16-bit platformer with a bunch of twists. Level up, take on rewarding side quests, play unique minigames, unlock secret levels, raise a pet monster, fight an optional mega-level beast of a boss, and more.
The Vita lives.
Energy Cycle Edge for PS4 and Vita. Energy Cycle Edge is a sequel to the puzzle game Energy Cycle. The main idea is the same, but an energy cycle, that's just presuming you know what energy cycle was in the first place, which I don't. The main idea is the same. Oh, good. What was the idea in the first place?
As well.
But in energy cycle Edge, most of the puzzles are 3D, so you'll need to monitor the colours within several link layers, adding a new facet to the familiar gameplay. See, so it's a bit like it's presuming you already know what the game is, isn't it? So that's not a very good description. I don't like that. Must do better. Escape game Aloha. You're in a beautiful villa overlooking the sea in Hawaii. Find and combine items, solve puzzles, then escape. Why would you want to escape Hawaii? After the ending,
I'd be quite happy to stay there, I reckon.
I know, after the ending, you can play hide and seek with animals. Can you find them all? Gnome's Garden New Home. Gnome's Garden New Home, a continuation of the exciting fantasy strategy game about the world of gnomes. Obtain the Crystal of Eternal Light and return prosperity. Nah, you're alright. Guns and Stories Bulletproof VR. Guns and Stories Bulletproof is a dynamic and fun VR western shooter that fully immerses players into the Wild West. Visit beautiful locations with Old Man Bill and try many weapons under rhythm of dynamic music, jokes and cynical humour. Old Man Bill, they could have chosen any more obvious name. Hello Neighbour Hide and Seek. Hello Neighbour Hide and Seek follows the tragic story of neighbours and family. I'm not doing very good at reading today. Follows the tragic story of the neighbour's family in this dramatic prequel to Hello Neighbour. The game explains events leading up to the original stealth horror hit Hello Neighbour. Then we've got Jagged Alliance Rage, set 20 years after the first Jagged Alliance. This spin-off lets you experience a road trip into jungle hell to test your mind and body to the limits. Just Cause 4. That's a big one. Just Cause 4 sees rogue agent Rico Rodriguez land in Solace to hunt down the truth about his past at any cost. Strap in your wingsuit, equip your fully customizable grappling hook, and get ready to bring thunder. I remember reviewing Just Cause 3 and it didn't even feel that long ago, to be honest. What?
Yeah, it launched in a bit of a ropey state, though, didn't it? I think it had quite a lot of performance issues on the consoles and I think the PC as well. So hopefully they've ironed that out. But Just Cause 4 looks great, actually. That's another one that's been advertised quite a lot on TV.
I saw advertised. One of the things I pointed out to Marhaf was that they'd used a YouTuber to say in the advertisement, the YouTuber, I don't remember what YouTuber it was, but there was a quote going, "Oh, this is great," from whatever his name was. And it's just like,
oh, really?
Also,
it's interesting. It just shows the way it's going, I suppose.
It's like, oh, a YouTuber saying this is great, what, and I'm meant to believe him? Nah, you're right. He's obviously... Sure. What, the thing is about YouTubers saying this is great is half the time they've been paid. Haven't they? They get sent all this big piles of stuff, and then they're meant to go, then they're meant to remain unbiased. I don't know. They aren't real journalists, are they? They're just YouTubers. I don't know. And they do deals and stuff. No, I'm not. I think it's a bit dodgy, personally, some of it. So, well, never mind. It's the way it's going, isn't it? The Last Remnant Remastered. Last released in 2008, The Last Remnant captures the hearts and minds of gamers with its enthralling story, countless characters, and intricate battle system. Now this classic RPG is back with a remastered version and is coming to PS4 with beautiful graphics enhanced via an updated game engine. Life of Pixel. Here we join Pixel as he quests through gaming history, teleporting across the most iconic video game systems of generations past. You have to jump, dodge, and play smart if he wants to survive. sounds like it could be alright, I guess. I've no
Actually
idea
sounds quite cool, yeah.
what this next one seems to be in Spanish or something. Monica Agarda dos Colos. That's the best I can do. It's a couch co-op game for 1 to 4 players with a focus on teamwork and cooperation, featuring the ability to play as a group with many heroes from Brazilian IP, Monica and Friends. Everyone has a different role to play. Monster Boy. This could be interesting, I guess. Always get quite nice looking graphics, Monster Boy. Enjoy a colourful action adventure game made alongside the creator of the original Wonder Boy and the Monster World series. The game borrows the best from the classic series to deliver fresh modern adventure with gameplay, music and gorgeous hand-drawn animations. It always does look nice, that game. I don't know if you've seen them before. Wonder Boy and stuff like that. Have you seen them?
Afraid not.
No, it's generally got quite nice looking graphics, quite appealing. Mutant Year Zero is another one, Road to Eden. I think this is like a sort of XCOM game in it. Tactical adventure game combining turn-based combat.
You have my attention now. I love a bit of XCOM.
Yeah, it's a tactical adventure game combining turn-based combat with real-time exploration, story, stealth and strategy. We've just actually had a code for this. Someone's going to review it. Explore a post-human Earth where mankind has been eradicated by climate change, nuclear war and pandemics, while your team of mutants survive the zone. And your mutants is like a pig and a duck and stuff. But it
sounds fun.
Yeah, actually, I did have a look at graphics. They actually look really good from what I've saw of it, and I've seen a few Let's Plays. I've not actually watched the Let's Plays, of course. I don't watch that sort of thing, but I've just had a quick peek just to see what the game looked like, and it looked alright. Override Mech City Brawl. No gears, no glory. Control giant robots and duke it out across fantastic cityscapes in this 3D mech-based brawler. Epic and explosive battles await with distinctive mechs in local and online versus mode. Party co-op with 2 to 4 players and single-player campaign. I think we should start rating some of these descriptions. Persona 3 dancing in the moonlight. Persona 5 dancing in the starlight. Persona Dancing Endless Night Bundle. They're all coming out. We're reading the descriptions of those. We've reviewed them on the website though if you want to go and read about them. Picture Party VR is coming to VR. It's classic drawn guest party fun with a unique VR twist. Pug Buzz coming out as well. Land looting out with your opponents to become the last player left standing. Prison Boss VR, where Prison Boss VR is a crafting and trading game that you turn your VR space into a jail cell. As your reputation grows, you can earn cash until you can't store it anymore and become the prison boss. There we go. Subnautica.
Cheerful.
Subnautica is an underwater adventure game set on an alien ocean planet. A massive open world full of wonder and perils await you. Wonder if that could be any good, Subnautica.
I think Rebecca was quite interested in that back at EGX. Didn't get a chance to play it, but it looked interesting.
I think we've got a code for review for that one as well. Rings a bell. But I think someone's reviewing that as well. This next one interests me. Thronebreakers, The Witcher Tales. Thronebreakers is a single-player role-playing game set in the world of The Witcher that combines narrative-driven exploration with unique puzzles and card battle mechanics. Has anyone seen some gameplay of that? Because it looks quite interesting.
Can't say I have, but The Witcher, The Witcher intrigues me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's made by CD Projekt Red. They wouldn't give us a code. They said they only had a limited amount, so we might review it though somehow. But it looks quite interesting for the gameplay I've seen. You kind of wander along with this sort of nice animated style, and then when it comes to the combat, it switches into a card game. But it's meant to have a really good story, so it is. So it could be quite
cool.
It could be one to keep an eye on. Yeah, and that's it. That's the drop. We read it as many as we can. We're going to rate those descriptions next time. See if they're good enough. Rate the descriptions. Okay, what we do next before we wrap up? Did you have anything for us, Nick?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago we were playing that the guessing game that doesn't have a name. Do you want to explain the rules of the game again, Joe?
Yeah.
I have a couple of games we can play for this.
Yeah, okay. So we have some descriptive words, and you just need to guess the game within 3 goes. First, if you guess it first time, you get 3 points. Guess it second time, you get 2. Guess it first time, you get 1. And just to make it a little bit more interesting, we all have buzzers, so we can buzz in faster than the other person and try and steal the points first. So there we go.
I've got 3 titles for the pair of you to duke it out over.
Okay.
Joe, what do you want your buzzer to be?
Ding dong.
Cool. How about you, Lloyd?
I'll have dong ding.
Dong ding. Cool. Ding dong dong ding. All right. We need to come up with a name for this game. You should probably check if anyone listening has any wonderful, ideally weird and wonderful names for it. Write the at SquareXO. Send us a tweet and may the best suggestion win, I guess. All right. Are you both
clean answers
ready?
only?
Yeah.
Ready.
Are you both ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Your first word is mining.
Ding
Dong
dong.
Lloyd?
Lloyd,
go
that
with
was
Minecraft.
first. That's a disgrace.
Go on, Lloyd.
I went Minecraft, but I think I probably got that wrong actually now I think about it.
That is wrong, I'm afraid. Joe?
Good, I was going to
Mining.
say that as well. I'm glad he was first now. I'm trying to think. There's a game in my head. Mass Effect.
Nope. Afraid not. All right. Your second word is space.
Oh, what? It was Mass Effect.
Dong ding.
Go on.
Deep Rock Galactic.
I have never heard of that, so no, I'm afraid not.
It's an Xbox One game where you mine on planets, I think. Oh crap! I've just realised what it is.
Is it
Joe?
No Man's Sky?
Afraid not.
Oh, what?
Your
That
last
was gonna be my
word.
suggestion.
Your last word is zombies.
I definitely don't know. It's Ding Dong.
Go
Dong
on.
ding.
Is it
Joe?
Deep Space or Dead Space? Sorry.
Dead Space.
Oh,
there you go. 1 point to Joe.
Yes.
Dead Space. That old game from the PS3/Xbox where Isaac Clarke goes aboard the USG Ishimura to go planet cracking, doing deep space mining. Turns out that everyone is dead and they are now necromorph zombies. Good game. Highly recommend
That's
it.
a good one, mate. That's a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right,
I had
next
some
one.
Quite good guesses.
Yeah, they were good. I was impressed with Mass Effect. Sadly, no zombies in that one. Well, I guess they are kind of zombies in that one. Anyway, yeah, next one. You both ready?
Yep.
Fingers on the buzzers, as it were.
Yep.
Your first word is Shinjuku.
Oh God,
Dong
I'll
ding.
never get this.
Go on.
Persona
Lloyd?
5.
Persona 5? Yeah, you got it in 1.
What was it? Persona 5?
Persona 5.
I would never have got that. I wouldn't have had a clue.
I felt sure he was going to go, no, it's dancing. The dancing all night one, or dancing by moonlight. I was going to be like, no.
No,
I
that
would-
was...
I knew I'd fail as soon as I heard that word you said. I was like, nah, I don't have a clue. I wouldn't get a point.
All right, the next one, it can be, there's a number of games in it, so we'll just go with the franchise rather than a specific game. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Your first word is wrench.
Ding
Dong
dong.
ding.
Was that
Was
first?
that Lloyd?
I thought I was first.
I was going to go Half-Life, but I just twigged that that's a crowbar, isn't it? So it's
There's a crowbar, and it's
I
also
was
wrong.
going to say Borderlands.
Not Borderlands.
good shout, Joe. Good shout.
It's a good shout. Which is just going to be annoying because your second word is robot.
Uh,
You got wrench and you've got robot.
Ding Dong or whatever you call it.
Go for it.
I think I'm completely wrong, but Bioshock.
No, not Bioshock.
I can't think of one. I can't even think of a guess on those two words. Wrench and robot.
Wrench and robot.
No, I can't think of one.
I think I know what it is. Damn it.
Okay, your last one. This is going to be a bit of a giveaway if you know the franchise at all.
I think I know what it is.
Lombax.
Ding Dong.
Dong Ding.
Yep.
I was right.
Joe?
It's Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. That. I was thinking way too sort of outside of the realms of Ratchet and Clank. I was all over the place, but that was the one I couldn't think of. As soon as you said Lombax, I was like, that's the one.
Yeah, it came to me right after we were talking. It came to me just after, before the last quote. It came to me what it was.
Final score there, 3-2 to Lloyd. Congratulations.
It was close.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, better luck next time, Joe.
That's twice he's won.
Yeah, I'm undefeated at the moment.
You're not winning next time. You're the host next time.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, doke. Yeah. I think that's it then. Guys, do you want to talk about what they've been playing quickly?
Just Persona 5 and Persona 3 Dancing. Brilliant games.
Is there anything you've been playing? What have you been up to, Lloyd?
I'm trying to think. I've been playing more Pokemon, to be honest with you, and getting back into FIFA, but that's about it, really.
I need to ask about Pokemon because I've not played it yet, but the kids have been playing it and they don't really seem to like it as much as the old games, as the proper RPG ones on the 3DS. Because, I mean, my daughter, for instance, she completed the one on the 3DS about 5 times, but she just doesn't. I asked her, what do you really like about this one? She said, well, it's kind of just the same as the one I completed on the 3DS. She said it's the same setting, the same sort of world, so she said there's not really much new about it.
Yeah, it's very similar. I mean, but I think that's Pokemon. I don't think that's so much this game. I think maybe I think this game is perfect if it's your first Pokemon game, or if, like me, you had a particular sort of affection for the first 151 and the sort of Kanto region. I've reviewed it for the site, so you can read what I thought there. But it was I really enjoyed it as a trip down memory lane. But other than the trainer battles, there's no wild Pokemon battles. Which at first seemed like it might be a misstep, in the same way that sort of Fallout 76 has taken out things like NPCs to give quests and that kind of thing. It's sort of something that's so inherent in that franchise's DNA, and that's what I worried it would be like with Pokemon Let's Go. But actually, it just streamlines the game so much, and not in it's super easy sort of thing, because you're still getting experience with catching Pokemon. You can still go and farm to get yourself a higher level to then take on a gym boss, but it just makes the whole game just feel a lot less of a hassle going from dungeon to dungeon. Like little things like Mount Moon used to take you ages because you had to get stopped by a Zubat every 4 steps, and now you can see it. So if you don't want to catch a Zubat, you just walk around it and that kind of thing. So I think it's a really good remake of Yellow, and I am really excited for the core RPG next year as well.
Yeah, that's what I think me and the kids will probably be looking forward to the core one more so than this one. I've not played this one yet, but I do have Football Manager Touch and Civ on the Switch, so it's a bit difficult to give Pokemon time when you've got those two.
Yeah, games. I was going to say, both of those are very good games as well. So it's been a good year for Switch, actually, not just with Nintendo's stuff like Pokemon.
I think the one I'm looking forward to most is Animal Crossing, because I really like those games. It's pretty wicked.
I've never played an Animal Crossing game, so I might pick it up, but I'm not entirely sure. But just before I forget, Joe, actually, you mentioned Football Manager on the Switch. I don't know if you're aware, if you plug in a wireless USB mouse to your Switch dock, you can play that entire game with a mouse on your Switch.
Yeah, imagine that's a lot easier, because it can be quite fiddly when you're trying to do it with your fingers on the touch screen.
So I read that on Reddit and thought, no, surely not. Plugged it in, and within seconds I was sat on my sofa playing Football Manager on the TV. So
although I quite like playing it in handheld mode, to be honest. I like
at least then you can use the touchscreen as well, can't you? But certainly when docked, I definitely recommend giving the USB mouse a go.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it on Switch anyway. Morelos is scoring lots of goals for me, like it does in real life, so that's good. I'm quite pleased about that. What have I've finished up Darkseid. I've completed that. That was friggin' tough. Bloody hell! Every boss took me about 2.5 hours to beat. It was so tough. But I managed to get through it and complete it, so I'm quite pleased with myself. Great ending as well. Not as good as the original Darkseid's ending, but still an absolutely superb ending. Really, really good. Nice surprise. I like surprises. I played some Beat Saber on PSVR as well, which is an excellent game, but I seem to be having tracking problems with my PlayStation Move controllers because one of them keeps going out of tracking, so then the lightsaber disappears. So I'm only left with one, and I keep failing the level. I'm not sure why. It does that with some games with me sometimes, that one of them will just sort of disappear out the screen, and it's really frustrating. I don't know if it's because they're original launch PS moves, so they're very old.
Or possibly.
They're when the PS3 first launch move, so it could be that, or it could be that I've just not got the camera position correct or something, but it's annoying because it seems like a great game, Beat Saber. It seems like really, really good. But I think
I've heard people saying that this is the time to get PSVR because you've got Beat Saber, Tetris, Moss, and Astrobot.
Amazing games for it. So that seems
Tetris
excellent.
And
Beat Saber seems excellent, top game. And there's a new bundle out, I believe, with Astrobot, PlayStation VR Worlds, Skyrim, Doom, and I swear there's one more game in it, but I can't think what it is. There's 5 games in this bundle.
Yeah, I was actually eyeing up that bundle, and if I didn't have a baby on the way, then there is a chance it could have happened. But alas, not this year.
I think it's 229. But I just can't remember what the 5th game in it was. But yeah, excellent. So that's a good bundle. I would highly recommend PSVR at the moment. It's just got cracking games on it, and there's more to come. With the one I'm looking forward to most that isn't even out yet, that's Vacation Simulator. That'd be good. Oh, Wipeout, that was the other game on the bundle. It's come back to me now. And what else did I play? I played that. And I think that's about it. So yeah, the Switch games, the VR games, and Darksiders. I keep meaning to play Spider-Man, the new DLC, because I've not played that yet.
Yeah, I haven't picked up the season pass yet, but I've just got so many other things to play. But I think I will come back to Spider-Man when the DLC gets a little bit cheaper, possibly.
Yeah, I think I need to just sit down and think what it is I've got to play, because I don't think I've quite thought about it, what I've got left to play. And just need to just sit down and think, right, what have I half finished or whatever, and then just go back to them all. Because there's probably tons that I've half finished.
Aye, right out of schedule.
I can't remember what I was playing before Darksiders. Was it Civ? It might have just been Civ, because I played that slightly before. What? Oh yeah,
Red Dead Redemption.
That's it. That's the one. I knew there was a big game that I had to go back to.
That little game from that little indie studio Rockstar. Yeah,
that's the one. Because I was really, really enjoying that. I was really into it, and I was playing it loads and loads. And then Civ came, and I reviewed that and played that a bit. And then Darksiders came, and I reviewed that, and I just completely forgot about Red Dead. So I must go back to that because it is excellent. And apparently my oldest son's been telling me that the online's really good as well. So yeah, I'll need to check all that out then. Okay, let's wrap things up then. Next week we're going to do our most anticipated games of 2019 episode, and then the week after, which will be our last episode of the year, will be our Game of the Year episode. So yeah, 2 big exciting episodes coming up. So yeah, we'll catch you then. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.